Okay, so good morning, guys. Let's start for the today's video. Okay, now what happened? So previous classes you can see we done some meta tags, we done some lot of HTML elements. We are going to the further. So basically today we are learning 3.4 topic that is called the HTML attribute and the custom data attribute. So we have to the lot of attributes, not only the two, but I would you really like to discuss about the measure two attribute. One is the ID and second is the class. Okay, ID and class where we are using ID means if suppose we have to the lot of different same type of element and we need to declare as the each element to be unique, so we can declare using by ID only. How we can use it using by ID only. Suppose I have the same type of different same type of elements are present in my website and I want to declare that as a uniquely, means even they are same, still I want to uniquely define them. So we are using putting inside of the class as the ID. So we can put it to the ID as a different. Okay, when I'm putting to the ID as a different, what happened? That particular one element will become to the something uniquely. Okay, after that we have to the class attribute. Class attribute means what? If suppose I have to the something elements and that elements I want to identify as a in a group wise, so we can using to the class. Okay, now without wasting time, let's go to the practically. Okay, now what we are learning? First we are learning ID. ID means what? Uniquely identify, right? So what I'm doing, I already made it one HTML file. Okay, you can also made it that. And what I'm doing, I'm using the boilerplate, shift exclamation mark and enter. My boilerplate is ready. Okay, everything is ready. Over here I'm giving title as a try or maybe as a practice, anything. Suppose I'm using try. Okay, now after that, let's go. Suppose we are adding inside of the h1 element. H1 element, why we are using? Because we need to add the heading. Okay, so h1 element 1. Okay, h1 element 2, h1 element 3. Three time we took the different h1 element. Okay, this is the only saying what we are putting to the element 1, 2 and 3. Three different h1 element, h1 for the heading purpose. Suppose over here I'm writing Rohit. Okay, after inside I'm writing alpha. Okay, I will get it inside. I'm writing bin2. Okay, now see, we can write that. Okay, okay, sorry for the disturbance, guys. Okay, now see what happened. I added over here Rohit after alpha and the bin2. Okay, bin2. Okay, bin2. Okay, let me add over here. Now what happened? I want to see that output. Let's see. I'm going to over here. Okay, and what I'm doing, I'm going to the Chrome because I want to see that, or else it's good if I can show over here also. Okay, now see what happened. Over here you can see the Rohit alpha and Bintu is coming, right? Now what happened? I am trying to give to the color to them. Okay, now how we can give to the color? We need to go to the over here in heading and we are putting over here another tag that is called the style. Okay, style for what purpose? I want to design that my HTML element which one I wrote it inside of our body. Okay, now let's to design that. Okay, what happened? I'm taking the style. Okay, now when we are selecting the element, like suppose I want to say h1, so I'm putting over here, I want to select the h1. Okay, after that inside in the curly bracket I'm writing the background color should be yellow. Now what happened? See where exactly my h1 element means h1 element we are using heading purpose. Where exactly the heading, all heading are is the yellow one, isn't it? So I don't want everywhere a yellow color. I want to separate as the one color as the or one element as the uniquely. So what we can do? We can add over here inside of the any element which one you took, just give to the space and after that write over here id. Means what happen? You are assigning value for your elements as a uniquely. Suppose I'm writing over here, this is my heading. Okay, I'm writing heading 1. Okay, same as it is, I'm writing to the over here also for heading another heading id. Inside of the quotes I'm writing to the heading 2. Okay, again I'm going inside of that id. Okay, I forgot to add the id is equal to inside of the heading 3. Means what happened right now, I am declaring I have the heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, and this is the name of that my heading. Okay, and this heading whatever I have, I defined as the uniquely identify this identities, right? Means uniquely this is unique, alpha is unique, as bintu also the unique. Right now what happened, I am removing this style, and see I can uniquely give to the each particular element as the different color. Okay, now what is that color? Okay, see over here what I am doing, I'm coming over here and I'm using hash. Okay, after that heading. Okay, heading 1, inside of the bracket I am using, suppose the background color should be the yellow. Now what happened, only the Rohit will be a dark. Why? Because I gave to the each element as the uniquely id. Okay, now suppose I want to color another one, I'm going over here using enter button, I'm using hash. Okay, heading 2, heading 2. Right now heading 2 is where, for this over here, right? So let's use heading 2. Inside of the curly bracket I am writing background color should be the red. Okay, now see the alpha should be the red. Why? Because I am choosing to the heading only. Right now I am choosing to the heading 3. Let's go over here, enter heading. Okay, don't forget to hash use. Okay, after that heading. Okay, and the 3, right? Inside of the bracket background color should be the suppose blue, right? You can see the each color is separated by a separate color. If I am not writing as a, if I'm not giving as a proper id, a different id, then what happened, it should be the, not separated the color, it will be color everything. That's why we have to the concept that is called what, the I attribute, ID attribute. The ID attribute is used to uniquely identify an element within and the HTML document. And don't forget to that ID should be unique, okay, within the document. Meaning no two elements should be the sharing the same ID. Means we don't want any ID will be repeated to the again. Means ID means what? Simply I can say in the class we have to the different students, right? And every student having their own identity, right? Like own identity means what? Own ID number. Like suppose 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have to the different identity number for the every each student, right? After that what? We are going to the classes. Class means what? It's a group of. Okay, right now what happened, suppose I have this one heading. Right now again one more heading I am adding over here, and I'm giving them as the another name, suppose Ria. Okay, I'm giving another name Ria. Now what happened, instant of id I am writing them classes. Okay, class is equal to, I am giving, suppose we have to the software engineering class, so that's why I'm using software engineer. I want to the color the again bintu also. Okay, so bintu I am giving another as a class. Okay, so class should be, I want to give to the same color as it is Rohit and same color as it is Bintu together. Okay, so I'm writing the class over here again SC because I want same type. And which one is left, the alpha one and one is Ria one. That purpose I am using another class. Okay, class should be suppose AB. Okay, now over here for the Ria also I'm using another class. Okay, class should be the AB. Okay, now what happened? The class is the, I can select a multiple group of element together. Okay, now suppose we are making to the class is what? I have the one class that name is SC. Okay, now inside of SC, how many persons are come? The Rohit is coming because Rohit class is the SC, and another student is coming. What is that? The Bintu, right? So both having to the coming to the one similar type of class. Now what happened? I'm putting over here, I'm going to the inside of the style, and I'm writing over here dot, after that my class name software engineering, okay, SE, and inside of the curly bracket